Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome. My name is John Carmichael, and I'm the board chair of the Ontario Science Centre. It's an honor to be here with Premier Ford, Minister Cho, Angela Clayton, President and CEO of Infrastructure Ontario, and our CEO, Paul Courtner, and many other members of the Board of Trustees of the Ontario Science Centre. I want to begin by thanking Premier Ford for his commitment to redeveloping Ontario Place and making it a premier destination. Being here today is especially meaningful for me. Like so many of you, Ontario Place and the Ontario Science Centre hold cherished memories for my family and for me. And thanks to the government's investment, families like mine, plus teachers and students, visitors of all ages, and tourists from around the world will soon visit a brand new Ontario Science Centre. Partnerships are essential to the work we do today and as we build for our future. Thanks to you, thank you to our partners for also being here today and sharing in this milestone moment with us. The new Ontario Science Centre will be a place born from curiosity, creativity, and connection. Visitors will discover world-class exhibitions, immersive galleries, and dynamic digital experiences designed to spark wonder at every turn. They will be invited to touch, experiment, and imagine together. The stunning architectural designs reveal a building that invites exploration at every turn. A building that integrates science into its very design, creating a destination for unforgettable hands-on learning experiences. Ontario's new Science Centre will be a launchpad for generations to come, connecting curiosity to discover, learning, and the possibilities of the future. A place that will empower tomorrow's scientists, engineers, explorers, and innovators to shape what comes next, where every visitor of every age is invited to discover STEM in meaningful ways. Our next chapter begins today. Thank you. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the Minister of Tourism, Culture and Gaming, the Honourable Stan Cho. Minister Cho.
Thank you very much, John, and good morning, everyone. Well, I don't know about you, but I am super proud to be here this morning. Just look at the backdrop. This is one of those moments that I think we'll all remember in 3 years when this iconic building goes up that, hey, we might not recognize this skyline in that time. And it is, of course, the most iconic skyline in the entire country. This is a real proud moment. By the time this is built, my daughter will be 5 years old, only 3 short years from now, and she'll be able to walk the perimeter of Ontario Place, go to the Science Centre in this state-of-the-art building. Look at how beautiful the building is, and look at the backdrop we're in. This is not just about STEM. This is about bringing kids in, and we're expecting millions of visitors to come here every single year, and it's part of that larger vision. It's a vision that will make Sydney, Australia go, oh, why didn't we do that? It's absolutely stunning. This is a proud day for all of us, for all, not just Torontonians, but for Canadians, because this will be a true destination that our country will be proud of. Buildings like this, ideas like this, destinations like this take bold vision. You know, as I look over to the CN Tower, somebody thought of that building the world's tallest freestanding structure in the 60s, and it was a bold vision. In the 80s, somebody thought of building a domed retractable stadium right beside the CN Tower, and that was a bold vision. Today, we are seeing the groundbreaking of another truly bold vision, and that bold vision is thanks to one man, and of course, the Premier of Ontario, without whom we would not be standing here today. So without further ado, the man behind this vision, the Premier of Ontario, Doug Ford.
Well, thank you so much, John, and thank you, Stan. This is a beautiful day, absolutely gorgeous out here. But before I begin, I want to first acknowledge Minister Mulroney's announcement that she'll be resigning her seat in Cabinet and Legislature in the coming weeks. Caroline has been a core member of our government since day one, with an incredible record of accomplishments. In particular, I want to acknowledge her hard work over the last several years as president of the Treasury Board and the Minister of Francophone Affairs. Caroline is a champion for fiscal responsibility and for Francophone communities across the province, and I just want to thank her for her hard work and for carrying on her legacy of public service that her father Brian began. I want to wish Caroline and her family all the very best as she moves on to the next chapter. She came over to the house yesterday. We had a great conversation. What people don't realize, our families were very good friends. I'm a very good friend of Caroline and her dad, and she wants to just focus on her family moving forward. But I think the world of Caroline. I'm thrilled to be back here at Ontario Place today, which will be one of Ontario's landmark attractions. Matter of fact, it's going to be one of Canada's landmark attractions as we build and revitalize the waterfront that is fit for a world-class city and province. It's great to be here with Minister McCarthy and Thanagaslam and PA Smith and Deneau. I also want to thank John, Paul, and Chris and the entire team at the Ontario Science Centre. I want to acknowledge Angela. I know, John, you introduced Angela, the CEO of Infrastructure. Angela, I think this is the first weekend I never bothered you with a phone call, so thank you for all the work you're doing. She's an absolute champion, by the way. As well as Hari Pontarini. Now, I probably messed that up. But anyways, these are the architects that I just think the world of. And they showed me that design. It's world class. You can put that up against any buildings in the entire world. We have the smartest, brightest people anywhere in the world, and this is one example of an incredible architectural firm. I look forward to working with them and designing many more iconic buildings like this. This is a Team Ontario effort, and I want to acknowledge all the organizations who have made today possible, including Infrastructure Ontario, GIP, Ellis Don, Amico, Sasri, and our union partners. Can't do anything without the frontline partners. Smitty, did I forget to mention you? I think I did. Dave Smith from Scarborough. The guy's a champion. Sorry, Smitty, I just dawned on me there. As well as the Tourism Industry Association of Ontario, Destination Toronto, Destination Ontario, Waterfront Toronto, Harbourfront Centre, the Waterfront BIA, the Toronto International Film Festival, Ontario Creates, Therme Canada, Live Nation, and everyone else that's helping build this beautiful, incredible destination, including sponsors like the Weston Family Foundation, RBC, TELUS, Royal Canin, and Ontario Brain Institute. This is what happens when everyone collaborates and works together. There's nothing that we can't build right here in Ontario. Our government was elected with a mandate to protect Ontario during a time of economic uncertainty, and we're delivering on our plan. As other provinces announce record deficits, tax hikes, and cuts to public service, our responsible financial management here in Ontario, led, again, by Caroline and Peter Bethenfalvey, our finance minister, means we can do whatever it takes to protect workers and families. You just look last month, folks, the April job numbers show that our plan is working. While a total number of jobs in Canada dropped by 18,000, here in Ontario we added, these are big numbers, we added 42,400 new full-time jobs just in April alone. And what I love about these stats, that includes 9,000 good-paying manufacturing jobs. To put that into perspective, folks, over the same period, the U.S. gained 115,000 jobs with a population of 350 million people. Per capita, we kicked their butts by 641% more jobs created here in Ontario than the entire 350 million people in the U.S. And we're going to keep delivering on our plan that is producing these results. We're cutting red tape, keeping taxes and fees low, saving businesses and families $12 billion a year and 1.8 million working hours every single year. Since 2018, we've increased our revenue by $71 billion, all without raising a tax. There's 1 million more people working today than there was back in 2018, and we're investing in our workers through our $236 billion plan to build, which is the largest infrastructure plan in Canadian history. And I just got to ask my team, check the U.S. too, because I don't know of any state investing $236 billion into infrastructure. Because with a strong economy, we can invest even more in the world-class services like healthcare and education that Ontario families are counting on. In Toronto, we're making record investments to support the city's growth and the people and businesses who call this great city home. That includes transformational transit projects like the Ontario Line, the Yonge North Subway Extension, the Scarborough Subway Extension, the Eglinton Crosstown West Extension, the Waterfront East Transit Line, as well as the Hazel McCallion Line in Peel and the Hamilton LRT. People are already riding the Finch West LRT and the Eglinton Crosstown. And we've invested $73 million for round-the-clock, 24/7 work on the Gardiner Expressway to finish construction 15 months ahead of schedule. As part of our plan to grow Ontario's economy, we're doubling down on our world-class tourism sector, which generates $33 billion every year and supports more than 325,000 good-paying jobs across our province. The new Ontario Place will be a landmark of Toronto's waterfront, with one of the largest public parks in downtown Toronto. 50 acres of free public trails, waterfront access, and family-friendly attractions. Once complete, the revitalized Ontario Place will transform Toronto's waterfront into a world-class year-round destination, attracting up to 6 million visitors per year and creating 5,700 jobs, adding $420 million to Ontario's GDP during construction, and supporting over 2,000 full and part-time jobs during operation. And at the heart of the new Ontario Place will be the new Ontario Science Centre, which you can see in the beautiful renderings behind me. It's absolutely stunning, and that's why I'm so thrilled to be here today as we celebrate the official groundbreaking on the new facility. The new state-of-the-art, fully accessible Science Centre, which is on track to open in 2029, will inspire the next generation of children and families with new and exciting programming in modern, light-filled spaces, including the iconic Cinesphere and pods, with more programming space than at the previous site, and breathtaking views of Toronto's beautiful waterfront and skyline. Coming to the Science Centre, the Ontario Place will be easier than ever with convenient and affordable travel options, including the expanded GO train service, the new Ontario Line subway at Exhibition Station, and access from the Gardiner Expressway, whose cost and maintenance the province will be taking over from the City of Toronto. The revitalized Ontario Place and the new Science Centre will also be minutes away from the expanded Billy Bishop Airport, with cheaper flight options, more convenience, more routes, and for the millions of people who use the airport every year. And of course, all of this will be built by Ontario workers using Ontario steel, lumber, and other products wherever we can. So Ontario tax dollars support Ontario workers. I'm looking forward to seeing progress on the Science Centre in the coming months, and I can't wait to be back here for the next milestone on this historic project. I want to thank everyone for coming, and may God bless the people of Ontario. Thank you.
We will now take questions from the media. Media present can line up behind me and ask their questions through the microphone. As a friendly reminder, the format is one question and one follow-up. Please state your name and your outlet before your question.
Hi, Premier. Olivia Chow has
Rob from Toronto Star.
I thought you were Doug from the Premier's office.
No, I just thought you'd introduce yourself until everyone knows who's speaking.
Sorry. Yes, Rob Benzie from the Toronto Star. Premier, Olivia Chow is going to announce today that she's going to seek re-election. It's not a huge surprise, but I just wonder, you've worked very, very closely with her. What are your thoughts about her re-election bid?
Well, I really like the mayor. I get along with everyone. I don't care what political stripe they come from. I know exactly where Olivia's coming from. I know exactly, she knows where I'm coming from. We get along very, very well. Very well. So we'll see what happens during the election. If she wins, I'm gonna work with her. Look forward to it.
But you're not going to endorse anyone in the mayoral election?
No, I'm staying out of that.
Okay, and then another question: the departure of Minister Mulroney.
Yes.
That's not a great look for your government. I mean, how do you replace someone like that who has had such a huge role in your government since 2018?
You know, it was funny, Rob. Caroline and I were sitting at my place saying, how's the media going to spin this? The bottom line is, well, it's true. Like, Caroline's a friend of ours. She's won 3 elections, served 8 years. Now her kids have out in college, university, and she wants to spend time with the family. Like, she works her back off. There's no other anything. But she's going to be part of Team Ontario, Team PC, all the way to the next election. And she's just a wonderful, down-to-earth person. And I think the world of her. I absolutely love her.
Hi, Premier. Laura Stone, Globe and Mail. On the Caroline Mulroney resignation, no, I'm just wondering, were you surprised by this? You mentioned she visited you at your home yesterday. Are you able to share maybe a bit about your reaction and if she...
No, not at all. We were fortunate to get her to run again a 3rd term. She's just an incredible person. But you know what? We're so fortunate, and Caroline, we're speaking. We have a deep, deep bench. I'm going to brag about our cabinet and our caucus. Our family's been in politics over 35 years. I've never seen a more talented group of people in every single position ever in politics, federally, municipally, provincially. We have a stacked lineup, and I'm blessed. I'm the luckiest guy in the world to have such quality people, and that's what it comes down to.
Did she share at all an interest in moving to the federal provincial scene?
No.
And regarding your cabinet, you've put Peter Bethlenfalvy in temporarily, you
Yes.
said, in June as this role. Obviously, he can't do both. So
Yes.
are you expecting a larger cabinet shuffle at some point this summer then?
No, we'll just run through the different positions, and we'll go from there. But obviously, Peter's done an incredible job as the finance minister, and now he'll be interim president of the Treasury. There's no one else I'd want better watching the money than Peter. I always joke around, the guy's tight as skin on a grape. And that is the reason our plan is working. That's the reason there's 42,400 jobs, because Peter's been a prudent fiscal manager. As you see across the country, tax hikes, they're they're getting downgraded. Not Ontario. We're thriving. We're going to continue. But make no mistake about it, folks, there's still uncertainty. We can never lay back because there's massive uncertainty around the world, in Canada, and we're just going to keep going full steam.
Morning, Premier Richard Southern, 680 News Radio. The opposition is calling for either the PC party or for you personally to pay the almost $200,000 in additional costs for that Challenger private jet. Will you, sir?
Yeah, you've been itching to say this to me. For 2 weeks you've been holding off. But listen, something, no one's more ticked off about the $200,000. And, I pride myself on saving taxpayers $12 billion every single year. That's what we're going to focus on, and move forward. But, I'm going to focus on continuing to save taxpayers money. And it ticks me off, Richard, more than it ticks you off. I can assure you that.
Why should the taxpayer be on the hook for the $200,000?
Well,
why
again,
won't
Richard,
you cover it, sir?
I know. I knew you were waiting for this for 2 weeks. I couldn't wait to talk to you. But I'm going to focus on saving billions, not a couple $100,000, which frustrates the heck out of me. I'm going to continue saving taxpayers money, no matter if it's the tax break that we gave 31% to small businesses, 1.1 billion, or lowering the gas prices by 10.7 cents. Or getting rid of, which was about a $1.1 billion savings, getting rid of the license plate stickers, getting rid of the tolls on the 412, 418, and the 407, our part, or the one fare that VJ Thanagaslam, thank you for getting rid of the one fare, saving people, I think it's $1,500, saving a lot of money for the people. But we're the only government that continues to save taxpayers money. But thank you for that question.
Hi, Premier. Jack Howen from the Trillium.
Hi, Jack.
Speaking of taxpayer money and private jets, a review of your calendars found that you've essentially stopped flying commercial and switched entirely to charter and private flights. Why is that?
Well, you know something, maybe you didn't see me just hop on a commercial flight, Air Canada, going into Sault Ste. Marie, so maybe you were absent all the times. There's no premier that has ever taken more commercial flights than myself. They had the 2 planes, the premiers, I got rid of them. I'll continue flying commercial, I'll continue flying with OPP, and when needed, there will be charter planes because I have to fly all over the U.S. and the country. But thank you for that question.
Premier, your calendars that we have in our possession end at February 4th of this year. There won't be any more because of your FOI changes. 9 of the past 10 flights under those records that we were able to see were private charter flights, many of those going back and forth to Ottawa. So why is that? And do you think that if a Liberal or an NDP Premier did this, wouldn't you be all over them?
Well, you know, the last Liberal and NDP leader was flying around on a government jet. So anyways, here and there, I'm going to continue moving forward. We have the 19th largest economy, GDP, in the entire world. $1.3 trillion. I'm going to continue focusing on that. But folks, don't you love the Science Center? That's what we're here for. I was warning the people. The media are going to focus on everything but the greatest facility the city's seen in a long time. But thank you.
Hey, good morning, Premier. Colin Tamello from Global
I
News.
missed you at the Spring Fling.
I missed you as well. Premier, talking about your personal cell phone, so the information and privacy... Sorry.
Oh, boy. You guys are killing me. Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make you
Unbelievable.
almost make a spit take there. So the Information and Privacy Commissioner has ordered the civil servants to come and get your personal cell phone records as it pertains to government business. Will you comply?
Well, you know something, we'll review that, but at the end of the day, we've made a decision. Folks, this right here, I just want to show you here. Look at it, every minute and a half, I'm behind 10,218. There's no elected official in the entire world, that gives out a cell number, gets texts about every minute and a half, 2-3 minutes, all day, all weekend, all night, and I'm there to serve the people. And I'm going to make sure that when people call me to get help, that's all I did all weekend, by the way, Colin. All I did is return calls, had meetings, and you continue working. That's part of my job. And this is a great asset for the people. Not for me, for the people.
Right, but at the end of the day, the Information and Privacy Commissioner is asking Cabinet Office to go and get your records. I mean, this is an independent officer of the legislature ordering Cabinet to do something to go and get your records. The question is, will you comply, or will these new FOI rules be in place to basically shield your cell phone from that disclosure?
I'm following the same rules as the federal government and all the other provinces. Simple. That's the answer. I'm following the rules of the federal government and all the other provinces. And I'm going to fall right in line with the federal government and with all the other premiers. But thank you for that question. Any questions on the Ontario Science Centre today? No? No, of course not. Go ahead.
Premier Barbara with QP Briefing.
Yes.
This Friday you said that a court decision in Kitchener to allow a homeless encampment that is in the way of a construction project to continue to be in there is ridiculous, and you know that
Beyond
this shouldn't
ridiculous.
happen. Yeah, but you could take this matter on your own hands if you were willing to pass legislation invoking the notwithstanding clause to clear the encampments. So what happened to that? Are you going to do this, yes or no?
So this judge, she slipped off the cracker with this guy, okay? And I have the utmost respect for judges and the courts. Let me qualify that. But when you get some crazy decision that I've had lawyers, I've had mayors from other cities call me. I've had the existing mayors within Waterloo Region, the chair calling me. And so, folks, this is what it was. I'm going to just cut to the chase. There's roughly 30 homeless people that want to encamp in the middle of a transit build that will be spending hundreds of millions of dollars building a GO train expansion and all sorts of development and thousands of new homes. And we're letting 30 people trump millions and millions of transit riders and thousands of people that want homes. And the judge is saying, well, they just have to stay there. You can't move them. You've got to be kidding. Like, you've got to be kidding. This is the reason they put in a notwithstanding clause, Section 33 of the Constitution, because you get these judges that just, You know, I'm sorry, the guy's a few fries short of a Happy Meal, and he just doesn't get it. These just ridiculous decisions. They're unaccountable to anyone. I'm accountable to every single person. Everyone in this province is accountable to someone. But guess who's not accountable? These lifelong judges that can't be touched. No one can touch them. They can come up with radical decisions that is totally against what the people want. Over 30 people, and I've talked to businesses, they're being harassed by these homeless people every single day. They have to lock their doors during the day because they'll come in and try to take something. You know, last homeless place I went up to Barrie, there's a guy with $12,000. There was 2 dead bodies. They had feces and urinating everywhere. And there was rat-infested place. And the mayor got up there and cleared them out. This is a health issue. And you know something? We're putting billions of dollars in for homelessness, but you can't let 30 people decide for millions and millions of people. Another crazy decision by the courts. We're going to deal with it. Hopefully the region's going to appeal it. We'll intervene, and then stay tuned, because that's the reason they have Section 33 notwithstanding clause, because of crazy decisions like this one.
Right, sorry, but again, can you just clarify if you're going to pass this legislation to use
let's just see. Let's go through the proper process. I'm going to give the courts another shot here. We're going to appeal it, right? Hopefully the region's going to appeal it. We'll be there with them.
Is this still?
And then if they come up with another radical decision, that's the reason many premiers, well before me, when they're putting the making changes to the Constitution, this is one of the ones they demanded to be in there. So this isn't the first crazy decision. It won't be the last one. And speaking of decisions, I'm waiting for the bike lanes. We've been fiddling around with this thing for forever. Yeah, it is. I know. I caught myself there. But come on, make a decision. One way or another, then I can make a decision.
Just to be clear, Premier, are you so if you lose the appeal, are you going to pass legislation to invoke the not?
And I just said, stay tuned after we do the appeal. Any other questions on Ontario Place, this beautiful, stunning place? Number one comment I get out there, no one talks to more people. I literally see thousands and thousands of people every week. Number one comment, keep going, ignore the media. I'm not making this up. Keep moving, you're doing great, ignore the media, ignore all the radicals, and we're going to build this province. That's the reason there's 42,400 people working that weren't working before, full-time jobs, and we live in the greatest jurisdiction anywhere in the entire world. Again, I want to thank everyone. God bless you.
We have one more question.
Oh, one more? How did you sneak in there? Okay.
Hi.
Oh, that's for sure.
Sorry. Mirna Djukic for Radio-Canada. I have a question about Francophone Affairs, Premier.
Yes.
Who will that portfolio go to, and can you guarantee it will be a Francophone?
Oh, yeah, someone that the Francophone community absolutely loves, but I got to talk to the minister first, and Caroline and I both agreed that's the person. She has an incredible relationship, and they absolutely love her, the Francophone community. And I think all my colleagues know who I'm talking about, but I got to talk to the minister to make sure she wants to take this on, and I'm pretty sure the answer is going to be yes.
So is it Natalia Kushandova-Basha?
Oh, boy, you're smart. But I got to talk to the minister first. She's a wonderful person, and they're in love with her, along with Caroline.
That concludes our.
Anyways, folks, great to see everyone, and can't wait to come back again. Take care. Thank you.